This is a Lego candy machine that I made several years ago, and I went through many versions of it to get to what you're seeing today. With it, you can purchase either Skittles, M&Ms, or actually both, but, you know, that's kind of disgusting eating them both together. And what you do is you put a nickel in, push in this lever, and the candy comes out. But unfortunately, I don't have any Skittles or M&Ms. There's some in the windows here, but those are for display. They're taped in there. Instead, I'm using red and blue Legos. So let me demonstrate. If I put a nickel in this slot here, push in the lever, red Legos come out the side over here. And the nickel falls down, and yeah, it sometimes needs a little jiggling. So, and then when you pull it back, the nickel's gone and you can't get any more. So, as for the other side, put a nickel in, push that, and blue leg, something flew out over there. The nickel falls, pulls it back. So, and I'm not sure if there's any more Legos left in there, but you can put in 2 nickels at a time. And, yeah, they both fall. Yeah, there was no more Legos left inside, but whatever. So, that works too. Now, a neat little feature that I've added is that if the lever, this arm thing here, is pushed in, and if you put in a nickel, it would cause it to jam up. So I added some barrier Legos so that the coin just doesn't go in when it's pushed in. So you have to make sure this thing is pulled out before you can go make a purchase. Oh, and just to let you know, I restocked it in the meantime. And as for restocking this, I have made it so that you cannot pull up the lid. You know, you just can't. It's stuck down. So you really can't open it up without dramatically damaging it. So, and if someone damaged it, then I know that someone tried to steal it, but whatever. So, to unlock the top here, there is this little Lego right here. Now, it may just look like that I couldn't find the right Lego and had to do it. But actually, I can grip this thing and pull that right out. Then I can take this little Lego arm thing, this little one, and just push it in there. Just push it in there. And that will allow me to open the lid very easily. So, I'll let you see inside. So, there's some blue Legos hiding down in there, and that's where the red Legos are. So I can easily restock it simply like that. And then, for locking it up, all I gotta do is put this back up on here, turn it around, and there's another one of these little Lego things in the back here. So I just pull that out, take the rod, and push it in all the way, tilt it slightly so it comes back out, and then the lid is locked down again. It comes up a little, but not all the way. Now, another neat thing about the coin thing is that you might think that you could put, like, let's say, a penny in the coin slot. Well, watch what happens. And there is blue Legos in there, so if I put a penny in there and push it, the penny falls in, but no candy. And the same thing happens with a dime, but you know, since it's smaller than a penny, but whatever, no one's going to be using it anyway, so if I just stick it in there, again, nothing happens. And as for a quarter, quarters just don't fit in the slot. But as for a nickel, as you've already seen, goes in perfectly. Guess I only had a few blue Legos in there, but whatever. And you may be wondering how I get the money out of this. Well, let's turn it around again. Now, down here, over there, let me zoom in. There is another one of those little bump things. But if you try to pull on it, it's hard to get an angle so that the camera can see. Nothing happens. You can't pull it out. But over on this side, if you just stick your fingernail in here, this thing pops out. And then there is a Lego hidden right there. So if you pull on that thing, terrible lighting, but sorry. So if you just pull that out, it flies off. Then you can pull this thing out. I wish my hand didn't have to be in the way. Just like that. And that little red Lego in there is to stop me from pushing it back in all the way. Then all I have to do is shake out the coins. I already took the penny out in a cut, so whatever. And then just put it back in, pop it in there, push this piece in to lock it in there, and cover that up. So, and just to let you know, I did a lot of cutting with my Legos to build this thing. So that is my Lego candy machine. Works pretty good, and it jams up sometimes, but yeah. Okay, now let's show you how it works. I didn't show you this before, but I'll start with the top lid. So, let me take it off. It's unlocked, by the way. There's this little locking mechanism in there. So, I'm just going to pull that out of the lid. Oh, and just to let you know, these Legos are all super glued together, so I can't. They don't, yeah. Otherwise, it wouldn't work too well. So, here in the compartment, on this side, this thing would be sitting in right there. And then when I go to unlock it, pull out this thing and stick this in there. The rod goes down into here, and let me just lightly push this in. Lightly push it in. The rod goes down, and it hits, and it pushes that and locks it in place. And remember that this gap here between that part and this gray part is in this piece here. So that locks it in place. Then all I gotta do is pull it out. It's stuck. Well, whatever. Okay, there. Got it out. And then to lock it back up, pull that part out, and then I can just push this, and then push that in, and it unlocks it. So, and another thing is, I put these little axle things on there, and it's supposed to just fit on there like this, but that doesn't work out too well. It's just kind of pointless. So, whenever I pull it off, I just do it. And another thing, these Legos are also super glued down, so there is only one gap where, you know, I can stick my fingernails up in there and pull it off. Alright, now let's look on the inside of this. So, it's very difficult for me to take this whole thing off, but there we go. Get back on there. And then just pull this top part off. So here is the inside, although get down there. Although there's some other pieces up here that should be on the bottom, so let me put those on really quick. Alright, I got all the pieces situated. Let me zoom in a little here. Okay. So here is the lever arm that moves, and then these are the two pieces that drop off the candy. Like this. So, when a nickel gets put in, like let's say right here, it goes down and falls into this thing. And then the nickel, let me zoom in a little more. Then the nickel starts pushing this little yellow Lego from this part, which drops off the candy, and the nickel falls in. And then that pulls it back, just like that. Then over here for this one, ugh, hard to get it on the screen. So put in this nickel, and it goes back here to this arm, and it starts pushing that. The nickel falls down, sometimes needs a little jiggling, and starts pushing it back. So when you put something like a penny in there, go on. Get in there. It jammed. Grr. Fortunately, I had it taken apart. Try again. Jammed again. Ugh. Must not like... Oh, yeah, it must be since, you know, there's not a guide over here, so... There. Then the penny goes in. And it simply just goes under the yellow arm and then falls down. Just like that. So, now, let me show you it with some candy in it. So, it falls out of the holes from this thing. So there's a hole right here and a hole right there. And, like, there are the blue Legos. They go down into that slot. And red Legos go into there. So, and put in this nickel. And the yellow and the blue Legos come out the bottom side over here. And let's do it with the red. That pushes those Legos, and they fall down in there too. So here's the ramp. If you can see that, I'm not sure if you can. Let me pull that out of there. So this right here is the ramp. The blue Legos go down, and the red Legos just fall right down into there. So these are the two pieces that push the candy back in and out. So, and then the whole lever arm thing in there that moves back and forth, I'll go ahead and pop that out. So this is the whole thing. And, oh yeah, ignore the writing on these Legos. My sister made a Lego town, you know, like 10 years ago or so, and wrote these as signs for those. So, yeah, the nickel, or I'll just use a penny in this case, rolls down on this thing and falls in this slot right there, and then it pushes the thing. So, and then these are the little guards that prevent the coins from going in when it's pushed in. So, put these back on. And remember, a lot of these Legos are super glued together so that they don't fall apart in the machine. So, when those Legos move into place like that, you can't push a coin in there. It just kind of stays in there, but you can tilt it back out. And there is a big hole right in here with a little ramp on it. So that is to allow coins to fall down into the compartment below, and there's another little thing for a coin. It's like the coin will go down this slot, and if a coin does end up getting jammed, like I showed you before with the penny, then hopefully I can match it up to about there. And the jammed coin, let's just say if it's right there, I can wiggle it and it will fall down into the slot below. And I won't have to take it apart like this to fix it. So, and yeah, it's just a normal compartment under there. I don't really need to show you that for the money. So, yeah, and let's see if you can look up. There's some of the ramps there. The ramp under there comes from up here. So, yeah, when I drop like a Lego down, it's supposed to go down the ramp. Go on, go on. Yeah, and down to there. So, yeah, very interesting contraption I've concocted here. So, yeah, I believe that's it. So, yeah, okay, bye.